So we're going to talk about why I'm 56 and choosing to avoid relationships. Pretty simple. If you had told my younger self that at 56 I'd be single, not searching, not settling, not waiting, I probably would have laughed or panicked because for a long time I believed being in a relationship was proof I was okay, that I was chosen, that I was doing life right. But today, I want to talk honestly about why I'm 56 years old and choosing to avoid relationships, and why that choice didn't come from fear, but from experience. Let me tell you, I have loved before, and I mean, I have loved deeply. I've been totally committed. I've compromised, adjusted, supported, forgiven, and stayed longer than I should have. Believe me. I look back over these situations and I realize all the red flags were there, and I chose to avoid those. But like many of us, I believed effort could fix this incompatibility that I had with my partner. I believe patience could turn potential into reality, and I believe that loyalty would eventually be returned in the same way it was given. Some relationships did teach me about connection, others taught me about endurance. A few taught me what it feels like to slowly disappear while trying to keep something alive. None of them were wasted, but they were costly emotionally, mentally, and sometimes financially. By the time you reach your mid 50s, you don't just date people, you date their patterns. Basically, we all have baggage, okay? Patterns, things they cling to. It's going to happen. At this age, I know myself, I know what peace feels like, and I know how hard it was to earn it. Avoiding relationships now isn't about being closed off. It's about being selective with my energy, my real life energy. I no longer confuse intensity with intimacy or consistency with commitment. And most importantly, I no longer feel obligated to teach grown adults how to treat me. I shouldn't have to do that. I shouldn't even have to worry about that. I know who I am. I know what my worth is. Here's something interesting. When I talk to men my age, many of them say they want companionship, but not responsibility. We all know what that is. Hey, I'm fine to be involved with you, but I don't want strings attached. I don't want the obligation of all those expectations. I get it. But some of the things that they have told me over a long period of time, they don't want to start over. I get that. They like their freedom, and believe me, the freedom is a big thing. I've already done marriage. Well, yeah, I've done marriage too. I've done marriage twice. I don't want drama. This drama, that's the biggest one. And that drama also connects to all the baggage that someone brings to the table. It's just how it is. What I've learned is that no drama often means no emotional accountability. Many want the comfort of a relationship without the work of one. They want connection on their terms, convenience without commitment, and emotional access without emotional responsibility. And keep in mind that emotional access and convenience, also pairs over to, the physical access as well. That goes for men and women both alike. That doesn't make us bad people, right? But it does make them incompatible with what I value now. I don't want all that stuff going on, but I don't know. For a long time, society made single women feel like something went wrong, especially at a certain age. But here's the truth. Avoiding relationships can be an act of self-respect. I've learned that peace is addictive. stability is underrated, and solitude, when chosen, is not loneliness. Well, I do feel loneliness, but I choose my solitude. I'm not going to lie about that. And honestly, I'd rather be alone than emotionally negotiating my worth. Yeah, nothing worse than being in a relationship and being alone. Trust me. I love having quiet than the rather constant confusion going on. I'd rather protect my life than force someone to fit into it. But all this doesn't mean that I'll never love again. If it means I won't settle again, I don't know. 56, I'm not avoiding relationships because I gave up. I'm avoiding them because I finally understand what they cost. Yeah, my life force and what I deserve. If you're at my age and feel the same way, know this. You're not broken, late, or missing out. Sometimes the bravest things you can do is choose yourself. So I don't know. Y'all let me know in the comments below what your feelings are about trying to take on relationships at this age of 56. Everyone has their own ideas, and everyone's willing to accept whatever they can to have someone there. It depends on your upbringing, depends on your socioeconomic status, where you live at, different things. But I know for myself, I value my peace. I value my freedom way too much. So I'll see y'all in the next video. Dog out. Keep safe and peace.